And just like that, we back.
Check. On my new improved chill off G. It took a while to get it down, but look how I tweaked it. These niggas tryna claim my flow now when I peaked it. So I bounced the session down and leaked this on some free shit. Dummies, I got it now. It's a nip in the bud.
Welcome back to VylanessTV. I am the Red Queen, Vylaness, and this is my partner in crime, my sister-in-law,
Evolutionary L.
yes, aka
The Bus. Beep, beep.
BB. And this is our new show titled At the End of the Day. This is our first episode, My Villain's Keeper.
Yes.
Right? And this episode is sponsored by SpecTrims.
Experience life in perfect focus.
Oh, Katie! All right. Let me show you our new glasses. These are my favorite ones.
Yes.
I look cute in my SpecTrims.
These are my favorite ones.
Yes, it's giving very Freddie Mercury.
Yes, I live. All right, so our new show is called At the End of the Day, Cocktails and Conversations with the Red Queen and Evolutionary L. So what to expect this season? We have so many things to talk about. We've gotten questions from fans for months,
Yes.
you know, and since the last series, Becoming the Mayor's Wife. So you're going to get answers to a lot of your questions. And then we're bringing some new things to you. Like one thing that we're adding for the cocktails is we're going to be showcasing a different minority-owned spirit brand each week.
Or black owned.
Or black owned, too. So this week, we're going to start out with Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskey out of Tennessee. Okay?
And you see how the bottle is already almost halfway.
Because it's good. It's good. It's good, okay?
I don't drink brown liquor, but I take your word for it.
Now, Chef Grizz is going to teach you how to make a cocktail each week as well with those featured spirits. And then I'm going to tell you just a little bit about the company. So starting with Uncle Nearest, it was started by Fawn Weaver in Tennessee. And if for those of you that like Jack Daniels, you can thank Nathan Nearest Green, who was a former slave that taught Jack Daniel how to make whiskey. So that's where it all started.
Shout out to everybody in Tennessee that supports the Vylaness Brand. We love you.
Thank you so much.
We support you too. And we love a little piece of Memphis, Nashville.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So go ahead and check out at your nearest liquor store, Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskeys. There's a few different ones that we have. And now we're going to go over to the bar with Chef Grizz, and he's going to teach you how to make a classic old-fashioned.
Welcome to VylanessTV. It's your boy Grizz, and today I'm going to be making an old-fashioned. So we're going to be using Uncle Nearest 1856 Premium Whiskey. First step, what you want to do is you take the simple syrup. You use about 1/2. Pour inside. And after that, I take the rocks glass, put it inside the... I take an orange, put it inside. Then, your choice, you can use any types of bitter. There's all different kinds, varieties, your choice. Like I said, me, I do about 4 dashes. Some people, they slice their oranges like this, and they'll twist it, put it inside. Me personally, I like to use a round. Then after that, I take 2 cherries, put it inside the flavor. When you get to this part, that's when we add the whiskey. You want to do about 1.5. Now, because it's old-fashioned, you do not use a shaker, you stir. After you finish stirring, what you want to do is take an orange peel and hit the rim all around. It's how you do a old-fashioned.
So to start this episode, I think we should jump right into it and talk about the rumors. Elle and I have been friends for 15 years. 15 years. Our friendiversary,
Yeah.
right? Okay. It's coming up, and we are going to hit the 15-year mark, which is a blessing these days because some people can't keep friends 15 minutes.
Especially females.
Especially females of color.
That part.
Right? There's a lot of backstabbing going on. There's a lot of jealousy going on. And let me just say, me and Elle have not been perfect.
By any means.
15 years is a long time to be involved and to love someone. But we're here. We are grateful. We're thankful. And we're going to tell you a little bit about our relationship. Not the relationship that you guys think. That's where the rumors come in. Let me be very clear. Elle and I are not a couple.
At all.
We are two married women.
And we're not married to each other.
And we're not married to each other. Y'all need to stop. Listen, in the comments, y'all are saying y'all a cute couple, blah, blah, blah. We appreciate
They
it.
said, Red Queen, is this your new lady?
No.
You know?
No.
No.
This is my sister-in-law. She is married to my
Her
baby.
brother.
My baby brother.
Yes.
She's married
Rich Boy
to my
Red.
baby. Yeah, she's married to my baby brother. They have been married 7 years.
Almost 7 years, yeah.
Almost 7 years. They are very happy.
Very.
And
she is married to the mayor. I mean, we literally just did last year a whole 10-episode series about planning their wedding.
right. So let us be clear, because we have said something like this before.
Yes.
And still gotten messages about, are you guys together? How long you been together? Blah, blah,
Y'all
blah.
look so beautiful together. Thank
and
you.
We thank you. We really do. But let me let you know, this is my husband. It's not a game. Come here, babe.
Come on, Mayor. I'm going to give you my seat for a second.
Yes. Hello.
This is the mayor, and we have almost been married a year.
Almost a year.
Almost a year. My baby daddy, my baby, my husband, and yes, and yes, I am married to a man. But this is my world. So no, I'm not married to Elle. Okay.
Bam.
Bam.
All right, so let me give you all a little bit of backstory on how we actually met and why we're so close. So, long time ago. I was in radio, and Vylaness Red Queen was an artist, and it was a very chance meeting because neither of us were supposed to be at the studio that day, actually. Right. She was supposed to have gone back to New York.
And Elle is playing it down. Elle was a mainstream radio personality.
Thank you.
Let's not play it down. She was one of the best in her area.
Thank you.
That's just the truth.
I'm trying to be modest in my older age.
Oh.
Just a little bit. Not much. Okay. But anyway, so we weren't supposed to be there that day. I was there promoting an event, that a celebrity basketball game. It was a charity event, and she was promoting her album at the time. And we just clicked instantly. I was intrigued by her story, and I said, I really want to, get to know you better, know your story. You just seem really cool. And we exchanged information, and then the rest was history, pretty much,
So, Elle and I are from two different worlds.
Very.
Elle is from DC. I'm from Brooklyn.
Uptown.
And Red Hook. And Elle was very bougie, honey.
I was.
Elle was very
I admit
bougie.
it. I was.
Elle was so bougie. Not bougetto either. I'm talking about the real deal bougie. And, you know, I was just, you know, a girl from around the way or whatever that was, you know, rapping and stuff. And we clicked.
Yeah.
We clicked. But throughout the years, Elle and I have bumped heads, disagreed.
Yep.
People have tried to come between us.
So many people.
So many people, right? And, you know, we went maybe, 2 to 3 years without...
It was 2.5 years.
Without speaking. But always tend to make our way back to each other.
Yep.
Always supported each other. And I had a really big interview coming up. And even though we wasn't on the best of terms at the time, I had heard some things about Elle in the industry that people were doing her wrong. And so I decided to bring Elle out of retirement. That's the villain in me.
And when the Red Queen calls, you answer, okay?
Yeah, if I call.
If you call. So if she calls, you better answer, okay?
So I decided, I heard this and I heard that and I heard, and it was some of the things that I had heard about myself. You know what I mean? Sometimes I hear things about myself and I'm like, so I had heard some things about Elle floating around the industry. And I'm not going to entertain it, but I'll name a few. I'll name that good and bad. Comes with the territory.
Yes.
So I heard that she was hard to work with. I heard that she was a little bougie.
That's true.
I heard that she didn't like me.
Big lie. Such a lie.
And being me, I was intrigued. Because I have heard some of the same things about myself. But I happen to be a perfectionist. So I like things the way I like things. And I think I've put in enough work that things should be the way I want it, being that it is my brand.
Absolutely. 100%.
When a female is a perfectionist, she's bossy. But when a man demands certain things, he's a boss.
Right.
So I kind of came through and you know, challenged that. So I heard some of the same things about Elle that I had heard about myself. So I was intrigued, like I said, and I decided to bring her out of retirement. Because you can hate somebody all day, but if they're good at their job, they're good at their job. And there's nothing you could say about that. And I never hated Elle. We just did not disagree on shit.
Right.
It's you know, at the time we were figuring out ourselves in this industry, figuring out ourselves as radio and as artists.
Yeah.
And we both had teams. A lot of those people are gone now.
Most of them are gone now.
90% of them are gone now. But Elle and I are still together.
Yep.
So.
Oh, and so, one of the good things, just in case you all don't know, I was known as the Black Barbara Walters.
Yes.
And that's what intrigued her.
Yes.
So, you know, not to pat myself on the back, but a little, you know,
I'll pat you.
BB, you know,
I'll
take it. But yeah, I also, you know, am a perfectionist, and I don't ever think that I was hard to work with. I've never heard that myself, except for, you know, things floating around. But after every interview that I did,
You never heard it to your face.
to my face, exactly. That's what's
Right.
said. You know, I heard it floating around. But from everyone that I interviewed, you know, even to this day, people come back and say that was one of my favorite interviews. Thank you so much.
Right.
But after all of this stuff just got to be too much and I didn't want to deal with the bullshit anymore.
Right.
I said, I'm stepping away. And she said, you're too talented to do that. I'm going to bring you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's been back at it ever since.
I sure have.
And I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of you too.
Thank you. And believe it or not, I don't hear that often, but it's special when it comes from someone that you know that loves you.
Absolutely.
So this is how it all started. I had an interview a radio interview with someone else, with another radio personality. Elle happened to be in the studio that day. She walked in the room. She was standing in the corner, and my manager at the time wanted to get with Elle.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
You know what? I'm not going to say what I want to say.
No, ma'am.
Because that's neither here nor there. Okay? This shit was over a damn decade ago. So, my manager wanted to get with Elle. And she was talking about Elle. Yes, I said she. She was talking about Elle on the way to the studio. Me, I didn't know who Elle was. Okay? So, she was talking about how she was going to bag her. How she was going to get with her. So, she was talking about how she was going to get with her. So, Elle was standing in the corner, and she said, yeah, that's her. And before I went on the air, they were asking me questions, and then we went live. And I said something about the cutie over in the corner. And the cutie over in the corner was Elle.
That was me.
And you know what? Real talk, I wasn't trying to get with Elle. I was trying to piss my manager off.
Which she did.
Which I did. I did. So, you know, I was a kid then. You know what I mean? I was a knucklehead. So I was like, let me piss her off right quick. You know.
Yeah.
So
it worked. Because she was tight the whole time.
She was mad. She was big mad.
Big mad.
You know, and if you're watching, sorry. We're still together 15 years later.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it's sorry. Not sorry. But yeah.
Yeah, and so, like I said before, we exchanged information and then just became fast friends after that. You know, kept in contact online. Mm-hmm. She invited me up to New York, you know, to spend some time. Mm-hmm. That's when I met her brother.
And we did, what was the exercise that we did?
Oh, P90X.
No,
No, it was the other one. It's the one like above P90X. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, one of them Sean T things that like was insanity. That's
it was
one.
insanity.
It was insanity.
So, us reconnecting and kind of building our friendship really started over our knees hurt.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
That exercise video, those exercise videos fucked me and Elle's knees
all the way up. Okay?
All the way up.
These are not Megan's knees. Never have been.
Right.
Definitely won't be after Sean T. Okay, Sean T, you raggedy bitch. I love you, but goddamn, my knees hate you.
He messed our knees up and our back up.
Ooh.
And that was the beginning of our bond. Of our new bond.
Of our new bond, yeah.
Yeah, that was it. So,
yeah.
I will say throughout the years, as much as we have bumped heads, as much as we have argued, Lord knows, Elle has taught me forgiveness.
Thank you.
You did.
Thank you.
You know, I mean, I have forgiven people I should still drag across the concrete. Elle taught me maturity and forgiveness. And I appreciate that. And that is our foundation that we stand on. Because I believe in friendships, you need a foundation to stand on. A friendship is just like a relationship. So you need something to stand on. You need something to stand for.
Yeah.
And Elle has really, really taught me a lot and got me through a lot. A lot of dark times.
And you did the same. And she has taught me, more than anything, loyalty.
Wow.
Loyalty. Because unfortunately, that isn't something that I'm used to having. You know, I had so-called friends for almost 2 decades that are no longer around. Even relatives, you know, and I just didn't see it. But I always had that. But you showed me that, like, what it really is. And what it really means to be loyal. And that's one of the reasons why people assume certain things about us because,
Right.
you know, through everything, they're like, well, how can you, I mean, I've been loyal to a fault.
Me too.
But this right here is the real deal, Holyfield.
Absolutely.
And I think that the fact that even when we weren't talking,
Right.
when she told me go to hell about 20 times, she still defended me when I wasn't in the room
Always.
to people that she didn't even know.
And Elle forgave me too.
Absolutely.
I put people in front of her that I shouldn't have. You know, I went ghost on her before, and I shouldn't have done that either. And then I think what brought me out of the woodworks is that Elle was threatened. And ding, ding, ding. You know, I wasn't having it. It wouldn't be me to stand by and allow that to happen. So, you know, genuinely, I felt like I had to step in. And people were saying, it's none of your goddamn business. Don't worry about it. This is between me and her. You know, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And you stay out of it. And just because of the history. And then, like I said, like we said, the history really wasn't that great.
It wasn't.
But it was enough for me to say, I got her back.
Yeah.
I got her back.
And she did. And yeah, so I'm not going to go into too much detail because we discussed it on previous series before. You can check out the YouTube channel, VylanessTV. And it was a very serious situation. And so, brief recap of what happened. So we're on the phone with somebody else. We're on a 3-way call, and my ex comes out of the room, says something to me to the effect of that he was going to put his hands on me. And she said, oh, hell no, you're not. And she said, send me your address. And so I texted to her, and then literally within 15 minutes, I had about 20 DMs on Instagram from the team in Brooklyn saying, are you good? What's up? She had about 45 Dominicans ready to load up in black trucks and fly down 95. Okay.
I didn't like the tone. I'm a 2-time domestic violence survivor. I'm very, transparent about that. It's nothing to be ashamed of. And I didn't like the fabric of the conversation that I heard that was going on in the background when she was on the phone with me. And I don't ever want to see another woman go through that, especially my friend.
Yeah.
So,
and I had already gone through it before in a previous relationship. So fast forward to the next day, I'm at work and she was just like, are you okay? I told her about this, this feeling that I had. And she said, you know what? You need to get out now.
Yes.
And it was something, there was this urgency in her voice that just spoke to my spirit. And I said, okay, I just had to get out. And I literally told my boss, I have a family emergency, I have to go. And I made as many phone calls as I could to have people meet me at the house because I knew that he was home, and packed up my little car and got out. And she's been with me ever since. And I can't thank you enough for that. People, I've asked people, with the rumors and everything, I asked some close friends, and I said, what is it about us that makes people assume that we're a couple? And they said, well, you're very, very close.
Yeah, we are.
And I see that. But then I had some people say they just look like you're the best of friends, and that you just love each other very much, which we do.
We do.
And it's because I tell people all the time, this woman saved my life.
And you saved mine.
Yeah. And because I said, I can't thank you enough. I can never repay you for what you've done. And she said, just pay it forward. Yes. Just pay it forward. And I didn't know that a few years later, I would have the opportunity to repay you in the same way.
Absolutely.
By saving your life.
It wasn't a domestic violence situation, but it was a situation where I was in a very dark place. And Elle was not afraid to walk into that dark place and talk some sense into me.
Yeah.
So, you know, I want to be clear when I say, if you are in a domestic violence situation, get out.
Please. Please.
Please get out. Because if we didn't, we wouldn't be sitting here today.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you go back, you don't have the opportunity again to get out. So it's very important. And if you need any information on how to get out of your situation, then we are going to put a link and we're going to put a number at the end of this video.
Yes.
And don't be afraid to talk about it to your real friends, if you have any. You can reach out. You can even reach out to us if you want.
Absolutely.
And we will direct you into a safe space that someone can help you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to speak your truth.
Don't be afraid.
Silence kills.
Yes.
So.
So on a lighter note, back to the SpecTrims.
SpecTrims.
Well, you tried those on.
These are my favorites.
So SpecTrims is sponsoring the Vylaness Brand and VylanessTV. And this is another pair. You guys let me know what you think about these. I know you will anyway.
They will. We'll be
These
watching
is
this
cute.
These are Chef Grizz's favorite ones.
Okay.
So, but they're mine. He can't have them.
Oh.
He's gonna have to get his own pair because these are mine.
And I think the mayor like these, but you know I wear all his stuff anyway.
He does. But you know what? All four of these are ours. Okay? They gotta get their own.
Okay.
But if you want to get your own pair of SpecTrims, visit their website, www.spectrims.com, and enter our promo code RQTV25. It's there at the bottom of the screen. And get 25% off of your purchase and free shipping.
And when we are getting ready to launch our website, and these beauties right here, these are the ones that Elle tried on earlier. I like to call them the Freddie Mercurys.
Yes.
Will be featured on our
Well, those are cute on you too.
Will be featured on our website as well.
Absolutely.
Yes. And give them the code again, Elle.
It's RQTV25. Again, that's for 25% off.
25% off. Can you imagine? Look how nice these are. I might have to steal these from Elle.
These are great quality. Let me try the ones on that you like.
Yeah.
Oh, these are cute for her. Hold up.
You see that? You see the bullshit?
I'm going to get my own pair. It's okay.
Hey.
I'm going to get my own pair. Okay?
Yeah, but these is cute.
We love them.
Yes.
And we hope you do too.
Yeah. So you'll be able soon, you'll be able to order these through our website as well.
Absolutely. Yes.
They didn't break.
Good quality, good quality. So, SpecTrims, experience life in perfect focus.
Yes. So what's next? What are we going to talk about next?
Let's see. What else do they want to know about with us? Sisterhood.
Sisterhood. Yay, let's talk about sisterhood. Very rare. And I hate to say this, but it's the truth. Amongst Black women, sisterhood is very rare.
It is.
And it breaks my heart, honestly. We have to love each other because who else is going to do it? You know, you can expect a man to do it. You can expect the world to do it. But I think it starts with loving each other.
Absolutely.
I think it starts with loving each other. Sisterhood is so important, especially these days, because a lot of women are they're just so banked on tearing each other down, attacking one another, talking crass about one another. And it's so much more to life than breaking down or trying to beat down your fellow sister. It's so much more to life than that. You have to understand, as a Afro-Latina, as a Black woman, as a woman of color, there are so many entities after us anyway.
Yep.
And if we have to be the change to stop that, we are ready.
Absolutely. 100%.
Because it has to start somewhere. It has to start somewhere. Don't think you're going to see a video 25 years from now that Elle and I are not talking to each other or whatever the case may be, or online bashing each other, because
Not at all.
this is to death do us part.
That's a fact.
This is to death. The soulmates come in all forms and creations. And this is how Elle became. We were friends. We were friends. We were in the industry. We're still in the industry. We were industry friends. And there's big difference. As your friends,
Right.
you got
You
your
have your industry friends.
Then you got your industry friends. Me and Elle have been industry friends.
And real life friends.
We're real life friends.
And now sisters.
Now sisters. Like I mentioned before, again, she's married to my brother. and it's it's levels to this. And that's how we decided to become also business partners.
Yeah. So,
Right.
I am the co-owner of the Vylaness Brand.
Yes.
And it's been a wild ride, but I love it.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been
absolutely love it.
listen, I am Vylaness, and it's been wild for me. It's been a wild ride for me. Let me tell you something about business. I'm gonna give you a little master class right quick. When you first start a business, this is when you know who is for you and who is not. Because the grind, the paperwork, oh my God.
Ooh, the paperwork.
The grind, the paperwork, the lack of sleep will show you who's in it for the long run and who is in it for show.
Yeah.
Because it's not all glams, champagne, flights, and popping bottles, and it's really not. When you are a startup company or a startup business, oh my God.
Yeah.
Some days we wish we could just clock in
Right. And not have to worry about all the behind the scenes stuff.
and then clock the hell out, and then that's it until the next day. Being a business owner, owning and building a brand is 24 hours a day, 365 days of work. And like I mentioned before, you're not going to always agree on the next plan or the next
Right.
step. You have to be in it to win it. You can't just take a product, put it online, and hope for the best.
No.
You got to work for it. And you have to have people around you that believe in what you are coming to the table with.
Right.
Or you are going to waste a tremendous amount of time.
And money.
Girl,
The
you know I don't
time
like
is
to
money.
waste no money.
That's
and money. We work hard. And not only do we work hard, we are two females
right.
that work hard. And shout out to all our female business owners out there and creators and brand owners. Whether you're behind us or whether you're further than us, we appreciate you. We see you.
And we salute you.
And we salute you. You damn right.
And we're going to go more into detail about the business aspect of what it is that we do here at the Vylaness Brand in future episodes. But that's just another thing that brought us so close is not only being friends, then sisters-in-law. And I always drop the in-law because we were sisters before I married her brother.
That's
okay,
right.
let's just put that out there.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And then another level of the business partnership. That's another level of closeness, okay? So, again, to just close the loop with this whole thing with the rumors, I call her online my work wife.
Yes.
Okay? Not my wife, my work wife.
Right.
Because we spend so much time together. We're up all hours of the night planning, creating, brainstorming, and executing.
And shout out to Elle for letting me get some sleep. You know what? I really appreciate Elle because it took me a decade to find a business partner that was actually smart. And that means, I'm serious, and that means I can get a nap or two in. Oh, shit. That means I can get a nap. When I get my little 15, 20-minute naps, Elle is up still working. When Elle gets her naps, I'm up still brainstorming. And you can trust it.
Yeah.
Because the brain is working.
It works.
It
works. The lights are on and somebody's home.
And somebody is home.
They're actually home.
Ding dong, somebody's home.
The elevator goes all the way to the top floor.
Yes, it does.
All the way up. It doesn't get stuck in between floors.
Right.
It doesn't just sit there. You don't just get in the elevator and just stare at the buttons trying to figure out what's going on.
Right.
So pick your business partners
Wisely. Somebody with a brain, somebody with an education.
With ideas.
And someone who will bring fresh and new ideas to the table. Someone that can sit at your table.
Yes.
Comfortably with confidence. Because jealousy is huge. You know, like people will hear your ideas and get jealous of you. And you also have to watch people who will hear your ideas and try to run and steal them.
That part.
You know, the worst thing I think in the world other than a hater is a copycat. So make sure you trust the person that you are going into business because you guys are binded by contract.
And also make sure that there's somebody that can execute. Do they follow through
Yes.
with what it is that they say that they're going to do? Because anybody can come up with an idea. Okay, but can you run with it and see it all the way through to the end? Whether it works out or not.
Right.
Because everything doesn't always work out.
Right.
It's trial and error. But are you willing to see it through to the end?
Yes. And make sure you are around people who are in it with you in the nitty gritty, in the gutter with it. And so those people can... You're comfortable with those people celebrating you when you have a win.
Yep.
Okay? So we're going to wrap this episode. This is My Villain's Keeper.
My Villain's Keeper.
Yes, and this is our first episode of our new show titled At the End of the Day. And at the end of the day...
Is you?
And me.
That's right.
Thank you for watching. And also... go back and watch Becoming the Mayor's Wife, Enemy Activity. We have gotten so much incredible feedback that now we got sponsors.
So again, our sponsor, SpecTrims.
Yes.
Make sure you check out their website and use that promo code, okay? Get some shades and then take pictures and post them on your Instagram. Tag us. Let us know which ones you chose.
Absolutely. And you will also be able to order these beautiful sunglasses through our new website that's on the way.
Coming soon.
And
Also, before we wrap, we just want to let you know that the music that's featured in this episode is a great person in the industry.
Yes.
Live vocals.
Go live. Go live. Yes.
So we hope you enjoy and we'll see you again next week.
And if you would like your music featured in one of our episodes, reach out to us and let us know. Once again, we would like to thank you for watching. I am the Red Queen Vylaness.
Evolutionary L.
Good night.
Night.
Down if you tripped on a plug. Lyrics got more power now than the Crips and the Bloods. That's why the radio contagious like a chick with the bug. Ew, I got them checking on a hot 9-7 for the top 9 spinning. Oh, them dudes ain't get the memo. I need that airplay, so don't try to limbo my demo. Just keep a nigga spinning like I'm falling to my Enslow. Get it? I'm powered up 1,000 volts to that real. See me rolling in the field like a deal on wheels. When the club gets sour, I can shut it down for hours. When I get up on that mic, I got the power.
You got